you just finished a series finale. The credits are rolling, the screen fades to black, and suddenly you feel it, a hollow ache in your chest. Why does it feel like you've lost a real best friend when these people never even existed? So today, we're diving into why your brain struggles to tell the difference between a fictional goodbye and losing a real connection. There's a specific heaviness that hits when a long-running show ends. For months, sometimes years, this story has been part of your routine. Maybe you watched before bed, maybe during dinner, maybe during a difficult period in your life. The characters were there, predictable, reliable, familiar. And then silence. No new episodes, no more shared moments. Some psychologists call this post-series depression, a genuine emotional response to finishing a story you were deeply invested in. It's not dramatic, it's not silly. It's what happens when something meaningful suddenly disappears. Because what you're mourning isn't just the plot, you're mourning the connection. Humans are wired to bond through repeated exposure and shared emotional experience. Long-form storytelling is perfect for that. Over dozens of hours, you watch characters struggle, grow, fail, and redeem themselves. Your brain doesn't file that away as just entertainment, it processes it as social experience. This creates what's called a parasocial relationship, a one-sided emotional bond with a media figure. But emotionally, it doesn't feel one-sided. When a character feels joy or pain, your brain mirrors it. When they succeed, your reward system activates. When they suffer, your emotional circuits light up. The same systems used in real relationships are involved. Now add binge watching. Instead of bonding gradually over years, streaming compresses that attachment into days or weeks. Hours of continuous immersion strengthen the sense of closeness. You didn't just watch them, you spent time with them. Here's where it gets interesting. The emotional center of your brain, the limbic system, isn't great at distinguishing between symbolic and literal loss. To it, consistent emotional reward equals attachment. So when a show ends abruptly, your brain experiences a sudden withdrawal of a reliable emotional stimulus. That's why it can feel like grief. The neural pathways involved in processing social loss overlap with the ones activated when a meaningful show ends. Your brain registers the disappearance as a real severance. You're not overreacting. Your nervous system runs on patterns and emotional reinforcement, not on the label of fiction. There's another layer to this. Real life rarely gives us clean endings, but a series finale is absolute, final, no more possibilities. For many people, a show also marks a chapter in their own life. You might think, I started this when I moved, or I watched this during a hard year. When the series ends, it can feel like that version of you closes too. You're not just losing characters, you're closing a personal chapter. Even the online conversations and communities around the show often fade once it's over. The shared anticipation disappears, and the quiet feels heavier than you expected. So what can you do? First, identify what you actually miss: the humor, the sense of belonging, the resilience of a character. Those qualities resonate because they reflect something important to you. Instead of immediately jumping into another series to fill the void, give your brain a short reset. Let the attachment settle. Reflect on what the story meant to you. Talk about it. Appreciate it intentionally. And most importantly, don't dismiss the feeling. The fact that a story can move you this deeply isn't weakness. It's proof of your capacity for connection. Stories simulate life. They let us rehearse love, loss, courage, and growth in a safe space. When they end, the ache is a sign that your brain treated the experience as meaningful, because to your nervous system, it was. So the next time the screen fades to black and that hollow space opens up, remember this: you didn't lose imaginary friends. You experienced real attachment to fictional vessels carrying very real human emotion. And that says something powerful about what it means to be human.